Hey YouTube, I'm back once again with some more pickups. Not so many this week. We've only got 8 titles. Well, technically 8 titles. Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow week. I was in Poundland this week, a couple of times this week actually. On Tuesday there was nothing new at all. The shelf was starting to look decidedly bare. In fact, the store's starting to look decidedly bare. It's a brand new store. It's only been open a couple of weeks, and it's more than double the size of the old store. And I guess they're waiting on new stock coming in because some of the shelves are starting to get low. But yesterday I went in and they had a delivery, at least of Blu-rays, and I had quite a few on the shelf, but there was nothing at all that I didn't already own that I was remotely interested in, at least at £2. The vast majority that I have on the shelf there you can get in CX for probably £1 or less. So yeah, there was very little. Right now there should be a little bit of footage that I recorded, just showing what was on the shelf, and hopefully I've rambled on now for long enough to for that footage. I stupidly and I didn't check before I started recording how much footage I recorded in there, but I can't see it being more than a minute. So yeah, moving on. I mentioned in the last video, which I actually recorded a week ago but only uploaded yesterday, that I'd seen a couple of Blu-rays in Butterwick Hospice that I kind of should have bought but didn't, and wondered if I could get back, or thought I probably couldn't get back from working time with the early closing, but as it happened on Monday, I managed to get back with a little over 5 minutes to spare before they closed, only to realise that they don't open on a Monday anymore. So I did the same on Tuesday, made it in there, and luckily they were still on the shelf. So I picked up the Inception Blu-ray that I'd seen with this lenticular cover. Now, I'm a bit confused about this. It was £1. Blu-ray DVD, digital copy's probably long expired, and even if it hasn't, you need the disc inside. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused with this. I became aware recently on eBay there's one of these with this barcode, specifically with a HMV exclusive sticker on the front, and it's been sold as an HMV exclusive. Now I went on to Blu-ray.com to have a look, and as well as looking for the various UK releases of Inception, which there are quite a few, I actually typed in the barcode to make sure I got the right one, but there are no, other than the briefcase edition, there are no releases of Inception listed in there that state they are an HMV exclusive, like I say, other than that briefcase edition. So I don't know whether this is or not, but it's nice just for the lenticular cover for a £1. I'm happy. It's heavy as well. This obviously it's a, I mean that's got some weight to it. More so, I mean, comparatively speaking, when you think of a normal slipcover, and then you've got the 3-disc set as well. But I think this is my 3rd, I think, release of this. I've got the Iconic Moments, again, which is, I think is a HMV exclusive, and although again that's not mentioned in actually maybe it is mentioned, I can't remember, and the I didn't look at that one because I knew it wasn't this one. It's a different barcode, and it's not the triple play edition when I was on Blu-ray.com, and I've got the briefcase edition as well. So yeah, that's Inception. Then the other title I was looking for was, and I was a little bit confused at what this was, but as soon as I'd done that video last week, I looked on Blu-ray.com. So this is or was a Tesco exclusive. Again, I bought this for £1. It's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes with a free copy of Rise of the Planet of the Apes in this little card sleeve, like I tried quite badly to describe last week. But these are, there you go, not for individual sale, so there's no individual barcode on these, so they are specifically for this set. Dawn has got a digital copy in here, I believe. Whether it's still valid and whether it's even been redeemed, I don't know. But it's there if anybody wants to give it a go. It says there 2017, but that doesn't usually mean anything as far as expiry is concerned. I think there's a bigger chance that it's already been redeemed as opposed to expired. But like I say, it's there. If somebody wants to give it a try, just leave a message below just to say you've tried it and whether it worked or not. That would be appreciated. So I was happy I got them, and when I did finally get back again yesterday, because I went round Stockton yesterday, every single Blu-ray that they had on the shelf had gone. So I'm pretty sure had I waited till the weekend, I wouldn't have got either of those. That same day, like I say, I went into Poundland, there was nothing new. Went into Cash Converters, and the only two Blu-rays that I had on the shelf that I hadn't seen there before were Cars for 50p and Despicable Me also for 50p. I don't have this edition. I've got a couple of different versions of cover art, should I say, of Despicable Me. I don't know if this ever came with a slipcover, this edition. You would think it would have been I guess a reissue with a new cover. But it's not mentioned on Blu-ray.com. Usually they state first pressing comes with slipcover. If it does, it doesn't with this one. But that one will be going into the pile for Pete's prize draws. This one I'm probably keeping. Then yesterday was not a great day at all. Went round all the charity shops. I forgot to take my vouchers to CEX. I didn't get anything in CEX, but I'm going to go there today because I've got something else here to trade. But all I found in the charity shops was 4 items. The first one being, again, in fact these were all Budwick Hospice, but 2 different shops. This one came from the same shop I got those 2 Blu-rays. And this is Sunday for Sammy presents Back with the Boys again. Auf Wiedersehen Pet 30th anniversary reunion. Didn't even know this existed. Massive fan of Auf Wiedersehen Pet since back in the 80s when it was first on TV. I used to watch it, and then the revival back in, was it 2000 or 2000? I think it was 2001. But this doesn't give a year specifically that it was released, but I want to say the first series of Auf Wiedersehen Pet was either 81 or 82, so this is going to be probably 2011 or 2012, thereabouts. But did give a little, it says it right there, in September 2013. I didn't even look that far down. I read the top here, and then I was looking down here for a date, and I've just spotted it right there. September 2013. But it does mention somewhere up here about the very first Sunday for Sammy being in 2000, which I didn't know. I was wondering that myself when they did the first one of those. I think the earliest one I have is 2004. So yeah, I think I've got 4 or 5 of those, so I've still got quite a few of those to find. But yeah, I'm happy to have got this. I kind of know what it's all about, other than it's I assume it's a live gig of some kind. But yeah, I'm happy to find that. The case though, I don't know if it comes up on the camera, all up this side, it looks as if somebody's chewed it all the way down there. It's like this top edge down here. It's not so much at the bottom, but sort of from there upwards, it's really, really rough. So I'm gonna have to find a new case for it. Luckily, the artwork inside isn't damaged, so that's good. That was 50p. Then the other Butterwick Hospice, they're usually quite expensive. In fact, compared to other charity shops, they are quite expensive for DVDs. And when I asked, none of these had prices on, and when I asked the one behind the counter, she wasn't sure, and she had to speak to I guess the manager who was out the back, and I heard him say the DVDs are £1 unless they're doubles or something like that. I think were his exact words. And all three of these are not single DVDs, but luckily she charged me £1 for each. Now these first two, at least one of them, I probably wouldn't have bought had it not been for the third one. This first one I do own. So this is Ricky Gervais, the Ricky Gervais Show, the complete first series. I got this because it's got a slip, in this case a slip box rather than a slip cover, and mine doesn't. Now that wouldn't have mattered so much, but they had series 2, which I don't own, but this one has a slip cover, which, why would you release the first one in a box and then the second one in a cover? It just irks me a little. They've changed it up, and then of course the spines are uneven as well, which why can't you just do it matching? But yeah, these like I said, they're £1 each, which is maybe more than I would have spent on these, but I spotted this one. It's still brand new, it's sealed. It's Fargo Year 3. I've seen the first series, I haven't seen the second or the third. It's on DVD. As far as I'm aware, only series 1 got a Blu-ray release, at least in the UK. But this trades in for £2 at CEX, which is where it's going today. So that pays for them too, basically. So it's cost me £1 for those. Which, yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's it. Like I say, I'm going out to CEX probably as soon as I'm done here. I've got that to trade in. I've still got some vouchers from last week that I haven't spent. So I think I've got about £17. I do have a couple of other things that I've sort of had put aside from my own collection from when I went up to the Metro Centre, but I wouldn't be too upset if I didn't own them anymore. But I'm still a little bit reluctant to trade them. So for now, I'm probably not going to take them. I'm just going to take that and have a look. Actually, before I go, I'll have a look online, see what they've got in store in Stockton and in Middlesbrough. I know in Stockton they had a couple of Marvel, Thor Ragnarok and Infinity War Phase 3 slipcovers, which were, I wouldn't go as far as saying cheap, but they were £10 for the pair, which isn't bad. But they also had one of the VHS, one of the HMV VHS collectors packaging of Beverly Hills Cop. Again, that's something I might get. It just depends what they've got in Middlesbrough, if there's anything better in Middlesbrough. They did have that I mentioned, or I alluded to last week, Mandy, the HMV exclusive VHS packaging set, which at £30 was more than I wanted to spend, especially when I didn't have that much in vouchers. I would have had to have sacrificed something else to get the money for that. As it goes, that's gone. Somebody's bought that, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. But yeah, for now, that's this week's pickups. If I get anything else today at CX, I'll probably tack it on at the end of this one rather than doing a separate video. But until then, thanks very much for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra.